So SEO's changed quite a bit. Do you place any importance on videos?
Absolutely. I love video. I would say it has like 5-to-1 impact than written content does
Meaning it has 5 times as much?
in mind share. So a video content is worth 5x mind share than a written piece of content.
Wow.
And the reason for that is partly because, and this is my view, partly because, well, people on freaking Snapchat, not so much anymore, TikTok, whatever, they're watching videos. That's their more common way of consuming. It always has been with TV, but with the transformation of the internet, well, there was no video as much video before, so they read stuff, right? Yeah. You read like your favorite magazine or your favorite whatever blog, right? Or publication or your favorite newsletter or whatever, right? Now you just can watch videos on stuff, right?
But it's so much better. If I'm looking up how to fix a pipe or something at my place.
So much better.
Yeah, I watch a video. I'm not going to read an article.
I know.
Screw that.
Exactly. So to the point where you go to YouTube or you go to you try to find more video.
Yeah.
And so I think the mind share you have, and then the other part of this is listening to your voice, reading, you become more trustworthy, right? I've been watching a lot more Noah's stuff and it's good. I'm like, damn, I got to watch Noah's next video. It's just I know I would never say that about his blog posts. Not that they weren't good. I would say his blog posts are just as good as his video. It's just every time I watch a video, it's just I need.
Well, try to think about it in the human machine. Right now, we're communicating with video, right? I'm looking at you. I can see you. I have audio. That's how we transmit information.
Yeah.
Whereas text, if you show a video of a sad person to some African tribe that's never spoken English or seen anyone else, they'll know that, oh, that's a sad person.
Yeah.
But if you show them this person is sad in English, they'd be like, what? I don't know what that means.
Everyone can see visuals, and I think
a baby can understand it.
Yeah, and you get the emotional connection a lot more, right? So you get that, and I think audio is also a level up between content, right, above content, but I think content is still the best way to get discovery because of Google, right? Because it's so easy. At some point that will change. But by that time, the people who have dominant content can create video. It's very easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of making everything all the above, right? So if you make a blog post, you can now read it out. Now it's a video.
Yeah.
And if you have images inside of that blog post, well, you can put them in the video.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of doing that. But there is something magical about video versus, you remember a video, you rarely remember an article.
Yeah.
I remember certain articles from Wait But Why.
Yeah.
Some really good pieces.
Yeah.
They're just masterful. But then I remember almost every video.
Because the people are still they're still stuck to the person who it's an individual who provides that information to you, right? You go to X for the news. You go to I go to whatever to I go on Slack to communicate with my employees. I use this one thing to go to talk to these folks. I think people are still anchored to the older. There's X for Y.
What importance do you place on social media?
I think it's it's the megaphone for the brand, the content, what have you. But I think it's very, very indirect value, very little to no direct value, right? But with the right I think it's great when you have a good mix of content and a marketing strategy. So it's a great way to amplify stuff, right? So take your best content, split it up into videos, bite-sized slides, right? LinkedIn has been becoming more of a social network than the job board, and they've promoted their internal products the most, right? They're copying a lot of features, but they have the newsletter. LinkedIn's a newsletter, which is a new thing, is becoming the thing that they promote the most. I remember writing blog posts on LinkedIn. It was called LinkedIn Pulse. I don't know if it's still called that. But I would write the same blog post I write on my own site, and this thing would get 10,000 views.
At the time.
It pushed so. But that being said, once you build up your audience, when you use social networks, you build up an audience. Once you build up that audience over time, which is really consistency, getting into the platform early and spending, just sharing good content and engaging if you can, you end up building an audience there. You minimize the reliance on Google over time, and you get people coming directly from there. And you again, It's that sphere or like circle of influence, right? People get, especially on LinkedIn, you get tagged into stuff, and it just kind of gives you more and more exposure. So Mailshake sells to salespeople. Salespeople hang out mostly on LinkedIn. We need to be there, or else we're not going to be on the best community for salespeople.
Now, are you posting stuff on LinkedIn? So social media is inherently social, meaning like there's a person, there's a Sujin attached to it. Or do you have like a Mailshake account, like a Mailshake logo?
Both. The brand doesn't nearly do as well as the person.
Because it's a brand, it's not a person.
Right. My profile will get way more, but part of that is also that I've been active for much longer, right?
Well, Pep Laja said that about Conversion XL. They have some Conversion XL Twitter that no one in history reads, but Pep's, a lot of people.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's because Pep is Conversion XL. Conversion XL is not Pep.
Well, like I don't follow, like, look, I love Apple.
Yeah.
But I don't follow any of their shit. Like, I gotta follow.
I must watch their how it's made video.
It's like they pop up on YouTube and stuff, but I don't like really follow Apple. Like I don't want to hear their updates on Twitter and stuff necessarily.
Yeah.
But I love Apple. Like I loved Steve Jobs.
Yeah. It's the influencer, not always the brand. I think both, right? There's some people where that brand just connects, right? I think the brand connects on the product, right? Like I know. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say Pep's example, but I'm like, well, I go to Pep's conferences and, I'll buy stuff from him because I know he's behind it.
I will say, though, now that I'm thinking about it, I do follow a couple of brands on Twitter and LinkedIn and all that kind of stuff. And it's the softwares that I use the most.
Yeah.
And whenever they put out, they're like, hey, in our version 4.5, we came up with this feature. I'm like, I want to use that feature right away.
Yeah.
So I do follow them for that.
But once you get to that point, that I think brands, let's put it this way, brands is good for post conversion and like community and engagement after you're familiar with the brand. People are much better. The influencer is much better for discovery phase of things, because you follow people, you trust people more than you do whatever a brand.